Building Impossible with Danuel Ashville. All right. When I got the PR cert, it said that this is the National Geographic series, is priority series, right? Which means that they're really supporting what you've built up. You've come a long way, Danuel. How does it feel to be in this spot at the moment?
I'm still getting used to it a little bit, because the filming process, when it all happened, that was pretty much, that's what I do on a daily basis anyway, because I keep up with my own content, and I continue to make my own videos, which I'm going to continue to do. So when I was filming, it was pretty normal. But I think when it first hit me was when the adverts started running on television, and my mum saw the advert on television, and I got the phone call, and then I had to I had to take a seat, and I was like, whew. When you work day in and day out, and you're facing challenges and you're overcoming them, and like the wins are like very small, so it's like you never really enjoy anything, because you just got, I gotta get up tomorrow, I gotta go to work, man. I haven't got time for all this. But that, when it first went on television, I sat down for a minute and I just, it was a good feeling. It was a very good feeling, and not one I felt many times before.
Elaborate then on the inspiration behind Building Impossible with Danuel Ashville, specifically on how you envisage this contributing to the realm of engineering and entertainment.
Yeah, I am. Quick background: I've always been obsessed with engineering from when I was young. I was that guy who used to look at everything, how it was built. My mom, I wanted Lego, I wanted train sets. I need to look at what the dust cart is doing. I need to see what the trucks are doing. In St. Lucia, my uncle used to run trucks, so I might not be able to fix it, but I'm lying underneath the truck with you, so I get dirty, so I look like I'm involved. And I started my construction company a long time ago. As the company grew, I diversified to provide service for other construction companies. In 2020, I started making videos. I wanted to share what I was doing, because when I wanted to learn, I couldn't get answers out of anyone. A majority of my competition are third, fourth generation, and they can do things I can't do. So I have to work to my strengths. And I thought, I'm just a guy in a yard with a couple of lorries. I need people to know what I'm doing. So I made a decision to start to share my experiences. And I bought a huge machine to offload the train. There's a train in the depot at the moment. And I showcased, it was a big thing for me. Like, this is the biggest machine I ever bought. It cost me a lot of money. And I filmed bringing this to the yard, and I put the video out. No thought of it wasn't even in the back of the mind. It was just, I'm so proud that I've got this, and hopefully people will see it. Maybe I'll get more business. And a production company who worked with Nat Geo saw the video. They contacted me and they said, look, if you could do any show, what would you do? And I said, well, this is what I would want to do. And they translated all my Rain Man going off the head. I want to go here and do this and do it. They transferred it onto paper. They presented it to Nat Geo, and we got the thumbs up. And we filmed the first season. And what I hope people can take from it, I hope when they see these large buildings, I feel that I've asked the questions that I wanted to know, and I broke it down into a way that people can understand. So basically, not saying you do or you don't, but you see this massive ship. When you're with someone, they say, look at that ship. You'll go, no. That ship, they did it like this and they did it like this, and that's how they build those ships. Hopefully I've broken it down to give people an understanding that the mass build projects and bridges and buildings they see, they too can understand it, and they too can be part of the journey when they're walking around the building looking. And I hope they start to do what I did. Yeah, that's where they put this. When I walk into a bit, if you invite me to your house, I'm just going to start breaking it down. I'll be looking at your door frames and all your architrave and your lighting, and if there's trunking on the wall. I hope that people can be as passionate about engineering and construction than I am.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the insights into the selection process for some of the projects. You touched on the Icon of the Seas cruise ship, right? There's the Brenner Tunnel beneath the Alps, which is particularly, inspiring as well. I wonder then, your hands-on approach and, to collaboration and construction, it's a unique aspect to the show. I mean, how do you balance being an entrepreneur and being a part of the construction process on site? Talk about that mindset. And then execute.
Yeah. See, mindset and execution are two different things. Yeah. To be honest, it's been a constant work in process because I don't learn from classroom. I learn from experience. So I'm learning on the job. So there have been, when I go through something, if it doesn't work, I know that I'm doing it different the next time. So I had to learn over time to begin to bring people into my business to support me in areas because I can't do everything. That's how I manage trying to keep my business going and do the media. And I've had to realize to myself, it's not every detail that I can get involved in. Like I can't be in the yard quarreling with people over a tire when I have to work on a deal which is 4 years of work, or I'm producing a video which is going to go out on X. So it's been a natural growth for me. Like I've had to grow over time and understand and try to become somebody who runs his business and doesn't let his business run him.
Your journey from sports science student to establishing the Ashville group, it showcases, huge determination, and you've touched on growing, at different points, but what pivotal moments or challenges along the way shaped you and shaped your evolution as a construction magnate and, ultimately led you to this TV opportunity? What were the pivotal moments where you said, you know what, Dan, it's got to run a little bit different. We've got to change things.
I would say I went to uni and did sports science, but I didn't complete because I realized that I didn't go there for me. I went to uni because I thought that I'm supposed to go to uni. I didn't go to university for me. And when I got there, I was like, bro, I don't enjoy this. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to do this. So I want to do. If I'm gonna do something, for me to see it through, I need to do something that I'm passionate about. Otherwise, I'm not going to see it through. I'm not going to wake up with a spring in my step, like every morning and want to push on. So when I left and I started my company, the challenges were, it's very difficult for a young person in a sector for people to, there's a lot of new sectors like tech and people doing things on social media. It's accepted to be young, but within construction, that is not, it's not the given. And when you're relatively young with a construction business, people, they automatically think you don't know what you're doing and you're going to be inexperienced. So that was one of the main challenges I had to overcome. And you just kind of have to weather the storm and have fortitude. And you just need to push on and try to get some projects under your belt. It's all about trying to get momentum. It's sort of like you just push in and push in. You get momentum, you get a couple of projects under your belt. And whenever you get a project under your belt, it's about showcasing what you've done and your capabilities. It's like, right, I'm here, but this is what I'm capable of doing. And, and working, I've had to work to my strengths because, like I said, maybe I have a different skill set than some other people who have been born and raised in construction and they're third generation. So I've had to use things which I am also aware of technology wise, like SEO, like digital platforms. And I've brought things that they are now, but at the time I started, they weren't associated in construction. Now everyone's like, oh yeah, digital platform, YouTube, construction, Instagram, SEO, search engine optimization. Now they're doing it. But at the time I started, it was actually frowned upon when I began. But now the tide has changed and a lot of people are doing it to push their business forward.
Let's speak on that then, because ultimately securing building impossible is come as a result of your YouTube channel, right? 450,000 subscribers, 239 videos, 6 years in the making. I think your first video was new mini grab loader, the team's baby grab, right? So
I filmed that myself.
I wanted that reaction there because I wanted to take you right back to that point there. And just look at just where you've come from, my brother. It's self-determination personified, right? Like you said, no one was doing it. No one was definitely doing it with the vision and mindset that you had, let alone executing, which you touched on. So that's what's ultimately put you in this space, right? So how do you let's speak on that, just now you've got a chance to look back, because you started this interview by, really reflecting that trailer, the TV advert, is you stopping, and it's a chance for you to look back.
Yeah.
Right? So looking at the YouTube channel and just what that's done for you. Could you have ever imagined?
Oh, when I did those first videos, the worst thing about it is when I did those first videos, I actually thought they were good. Like I thought, nah, this video. I thought this video. I was like, this video's banging. This video's banging. Yeah, this is the best video everyone. And now I watched the video. I think, right, this is awful, man. I filmed that myself on road with a tripod with the leg broken and recording. And that wasn't actually that was a camera that you're meant to take stills on, and I was recording with it. And then I didn't know anything about the music that you need and I think I did one before it got taken down because I didn't know about the rights of music. I didn't know anything about it. So yeah, that was that lorry is a very niche lorry that is kind of used in small projects in central London because it's a small lorry and it can get into jobs. And I wanted to show people I had it because nobody knows who I am. Nobody knows who I am and what I do. And if you notice, I'm not in the video at all because I didn't want people to know that it was my company, because I thought if they knew it was my company, they wouldn't work with the company. So I stayed away from the camera for many years, and I did the videos just showing the trucks and like trying to show the company, this is what we've got, this is what we can do. I never got in front of the camera till like 2020.
Smart move. Talk about what you hope people take away from, this series. You kind of touching on some, you're pushing the boundaries really where what's possible with engineering is concerned. And, that's a long way from the video you just outlined, right? So what do you hope people take away from the series?
I hope people take away from the series an understanding and a passion for it and a newfound respect for construction and what we can achieve. Because every day you drive over the bridge, you don't think about the bridge. You don't think about what's going on. I think a newfound respect and an admiration for what is possible and how far we've come as people, what we can build and what we do, like things that we take for granted on a daily basis. Like think about it. Like they're drilling a hole. Two different countries are drilling underneath the Alps, and they're going to meet in the middle to put a high-speed train there. Like this, like that. I don't understand. Oh yeah. That's the ship, the world's biggest ship. What's going to take the waste on the ship, and it's going to process it and try and create green energy to reduce its impact on the environment for 7,000 people to float around the world and have holiday. Like hopefully people can look at the vastness, but at the same time they can understand, like, I understand how this was built. I get it. And then hopefully that's next time they see something like that, they can look at it and think, oh yeah, I get it. I know how that works. That's what I hope.
Well, Dan, I hope they take that away and kind of tune into what you're doing and support your business if they can in any shape or form. I'm conscious we've been just speaking about all things construction, building, engineering, rightly so. But just for context, right? Away from the business, who is Danuel Ashville? What are you interested in? You music, you sport, what do you do? Do you bungee jump to get your rocks off? What are you away from the business?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm quite heavy. Bungee, I don't think that rope would take. That's not really a risk. That my mum would tell me, don't go in the lion's den if you don't want the lion to bite you. And so I think that, I don't think I'll be going on a bungee. I try to keep in shape. I try to keep fit. I'm a massive boxer. Boxing's my favorite sport. Football second. I like to go to any boxing events that I can. I like to try and be as close as I can to the action. I like to watch a lot of series, but I don't have a lot of free time. But thankfully, a lot of my friends are all on the same sort of journey as me. So it's a case of Sunday, there's something going on. Should we go here on Sunday afternoon? So I work around it and make sure I train and work Sunday morning, and then Sunday afternoon I'll go to an event. I don't have a lot of free time, but I enjoy working on my business and our media and what we do. So it doesn't really. I don't look at work. I don't look at work in it starts at this time. If work is work, work is life. Like it's not. It don't start at 8 and finish at 5. It doesn't work like that. That does not help push forward. if it starts at 5 and it finishes at 9 at night, I've nearly done double a day's work than everyone else. so if we do that over the process of a year, yeah, hopefully, I've moved forward that bit further than people who are working within those hours. That's how I look at it.
So your work is your life and your life is your work, right? Well, more power to you, my brother. I hope that, you keep pushing and being as prosperous as you've been. Is there anything else you want to share with us before we part ways?
No, just please also watch. And if we reconnect, I'm sure we will. I'd like to know what you take from it when you watch it.
I'll be sure to let you know. Yeah, the young man I mentioned earlier, he's keen to watch it as well, and he, in his mind's eye, one day you guys are going to partner in business. So
cool. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it.
Well, good, Daniel. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.